Explore. Discover. This is The Human.
We all seem to think that being human is an impediment to become better, that we're not able to be the best. We use phrases like "I'm only human" to excuse our shortcomings, to say, well, I cannot do any better, I cannot do any more, but don't blame me, don't criticize me. I'm only human. This is only what I can do. And so we keep sharing this narrative that is not very empowering, but is diminishing to the human. And it is said that in the near future, the human needs to evolve, must become something else, something better. Like this human right now is not good enough for the future that is upon us. And I ask myself, how do we pretend to move forward when we don't really know where we're at? It's like trying to take a first grader who is only learning to add and subtract and try to teach them algebra from sixth grade. How can you understand the algebra concepts if you haven't even learned the basic concepts of math? For most of us, being human is just too basic. It's just the biology of it. It's our bodies and the organs and the brain and the senses. And we don't realize that these basic skills are actually that actually might make us human, and that we can use them and develop them in order to become better. To move forward and to have a shot at the future, we have to start with the human. We have to go back to the basics and reevaluate all these concepts that we have of humanity and give them a new sense in order to make the human the center of all. Going back to the basics implies verifying all these concepts and beliefs to see if they're true or not, if they make sense. It's asking and answering questions. One of the things that we that is there to realize is that we are human, and this is a human experience.
Follow us in Facebook at The Human Experience.
Human is a word that comes from the Latin humanus. And humanus is a combination of two words, homo, which means man, and humus, which means earth. So human is the man of earth. If we are able to see ourselves as humans, then we will be able to see others as the same. And within that sameness, we will find the connection that we all share as inhabitants of this planet. From that point of view, from the premise of humanity, there are really no differences. There are no labels, there are no statuses. There is nothing really that compares to it. Being human is at the beginning and at the center of everything else. It's like it sustains everything else, but nothing really compares to it. From the premise of humanity, we are not at all different. We are all the same. We are human. Now, exploring this within ourselves can propagate to our families, to our businesses, to our schools, cities, governments, countries, the world as a whole. And having that foundation and having the human at the center of it all will make things very different than they are right now. Things that we see right now won't happen, and the future will start looking in a very different way too. The human is really an initiative to create a space where we can have a conversation about the human and about all of these things that somehow seem forgotten or not taken into account when thinking about improving or when thinking about doing things in a certain way. It is an invitation to learn more about the human and to explore the human and explore this concept in a different way and looking at it from a new perspective. It is definitely a new way of thinking about the human and a new way of perceiving our humanity, walking away from diminishing and putting down the human and victimizing ourselves from being human, and really giving it value and giving it the place that it deserves. At the end of it, if it's not us humans, then who? And if it's not now, then when?
Learn more at www.thehumancapacities.com.